Let's talk about relationships. Relationships, sometimes they can get very complicated because when we enter in a relationship, we are not two, we're actually four. And this is because we are us and our inner children. So if I am in a relationship with a partner, in the relationship is me, my inner child, my partner and his inner child. And that makes things very complicated because sometimes we act from the space of the inner child and we think that this is the space of the adult, and it's not. And what is happening is the biggest mistake actually in relationships is that we are trying our partner to take the responsibility of our inner child. And sometimes we are waiting for him or for her to fill up the gap of love that the inner child has from the parents. So, for example, if your inner child has a trauma of abandonment, then she will always want your partner to be with her because she doesn't want to live again the same trauma. And for your inner child, the partner is not her man or her woman, but is her father or his mother. So everything that we carry from our childhood, we project in our relationships. There are two ways to create a relationship. One is not a conscious relationship. That means that I would call it more like a matrix relationship, that it is created by two people who are not interested in seeing what is happening in the relationship, in seeing their truth and what lies behind their actions and their behaviors. And the other one that is more a conscious relationship, that the relationship is a field of growth and a field of learning how to love. And also it can be a field of having a good time, a field of enjoying life, but also a field of a self-development process. The first type of relationship, it is usually created when all these chemical fireworks of eros, as we call it in Greece, of falling in love, they start dissolving. In the beginning, everything it's so beautiful, no? When we are in love, I mean, we usually place the other person higher than where he really is. We see our prince, our princess. We think that we found the man of our life, the woman of our life. Everything is magical. But all this, it is a chemical process happening in our brain. Sorry, my light is going to fall. I'm back. And when this, of course, all this chemistry cannot last in our brain for a long time because that would totally knock us out. Our body cannot support that for a long time. And it depends on the person how much this lasts. So when this chemical process starts disappearing, then you have two choices, or to enter in a conscious relationship or to enter in the matrix relationship. And most of the couples today, they enter in the matrix relationship. And this is a relationship that can lead easily to a routine, to just repeating same things again and again and again and again, repeating the steps that the society or the religion is asking you to do, and is a totally unconscious way to live life and to be in a relationship. While the conscious relationship is totally the opposite, is creating a field of consciousness where you use the relationship in order to see yourself through the other person. This type of relationship is like a pot, a flower, no? And if you have a plant there and you don't water the plant, this plant is going to die. So this relationship needs time, needs energy, um, needs commitment and dedication in order for the plant to stay alive. That means that you need to create spaces for appointments, for example, or spaces to connect, and maybe to connect in a sexual way. Unfortunately, today, partners do not have time for sex, and most of them, they have sex in the night when they go, then they come back after their work. They're totally tired, they're exhausted, and there is no energy to have a quality sex in that hour. So even though that could kill the spontaneity of having sex, it's even better to create some appointments during the week for that than having a bad quality of sex or sex without energy. Another way to water the plant is through sharings that are coming from our truth, sharings that are helping us to get rid of the masks of the ego and get naked in front of our parent. Of course, in order to do that, you need to trust your parent, and your parent needs to hold space for that sharing. It's not so easy to let the other person see beyond your masks and see who you really are. But if you cannot do this with your partner, then with whom can you do it? Another way to water the plant is through having a balance between doing activities together, but also creating space for activities with yourself or with your friends. This is so important. And again, many couples fall in the trap to always be together. They forget that they have a private life, they forget themselves, they forget their friends, and sometimes this suffocates them. And they reach to a point of needing to go out of the relationship, not because the relationship is problematic, but because they need to breathe. And something else that you can do to water this plant, to spend moments of creativity and art together, like two friends, like dancing together, painting together, singing together, cooking together, and have fun. If in your relationship you do not have fun, then probably your plant has already died. And a plant that has died, it can always be resurrected, but it needs energy, dedication, commitment, and true will. If you really want it, you can do it.